Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your man Rico the Opinionist, and welcome to my lunch chat and chew. So, if y'all having lunch right now, wherever you are, go ahead and continue to eat. I'll just do the talking. And this is the part two of my comments on the unarmed black man recently being murdered in Grand Rapids, Michigan, by the white cop. If you have not checked it out, just go to part two. It's on my YouTube channel or my Facebook page. Check it out. Hit your Cash App and all of that. And I went and I went in a lot of directions in my first one, right? And so I knew I had to do a part two because I went and checked out some more of the story because more stuff is coming out. And when I posed a question in my first video. His name, Leoya. So what kind of name is that? So I went and put in the search engine there and I saw his parents and of course Ben Crump. Turns out that he's a Congolese brother. I don't know how long they've been over here, but and so Congolese brother who I guess find out that being Congolese doesn't matter. We do black and white in America. Hey, Molly. Yeah, you go out to hit me on the phone and tell me how you got so single. I always knew that you were. Well, anyway, send me that number and then I instant message. We'll talk for like 10 minutes if you want to share me what's up. Because when I saw that you were single, I'm like, what happened? Well, dang. Then I've been checking out your new Single Good pictures. For me, I don't keep up with a lot of stuff, so it was all of a sudden. But anyway, and so the part that I missed out, I left out because I was so just passionate about what I was saying in my first one. And I think that was a pretty good part one. But this part two is just kind of wrapping up some things. And in this part two, I want to talk about the person who was holding the camera. Now, and if you saw the videos, you saw the first part where I know I got my footage off of Roland Martin, and then I went and saw said Single and Happy. I saw where he had to break it up. I think the chest cam or the video cam of the cop cut off where a civilian picked up. And here's the problem I have with these folks who record these incidents. Because I've always had this problem with the looky-loos. And I want to say to you, if you're going to record what's going on, if you're going to stand there and actually record a cop beating up somebody, if you're going to stand there and record the cop murdering somebody, would you do me a favor, you ignorant coward? Could you at least hold the camera still? And also, shut up with the commentary. We can see what's going on. We don't need you to talk through the camera. I know you're like, Rico, what difference does it make? It means a lot. So if you just hold the camera still and zoom in, just hush and just get the footage. I don't care if you hold the camera this way or you hold it this way. Close your mouth and keep the camera still, you ignorant coward. Because you've chosen a role to just film. We don't need to hear you tell the cop, hey, stop it, you coward, you pussy, you're nothing but a coward. Now, I don't need to hear that. Because the only reason, in my opinion, for the camera to be moving and all that, is because you're helping to get the cop off the person's ass. But if you're not in there helping in the scuffle, hold the camera still, please. And save your commentary. Because if you're gonna record it for us to see, you need to go and study film. Go see how the directors do, how the producers do on TV shows. They hold the camera still, and there's no commentary. And I'm going back to that video. Whoever that broken English bastard was, who was videotaping and recording it, you couldn't get a clear shot because he stayed far away. So you saw the scuffling. You heard the cop yelling, hey, stop moving. Stop touching my taser. Beast, and you heard that. But what I didn't care for is whenever this Negro, I don't know if he was high, is on cocaine, or was he on blunts, Was he on pills? Or he's just ignorant? Yo, he's not doing nothing. No, he's not doing nothing. Nothing. You know, just shut up. He's not doing nothing. Yo, son, just shut up, man. And then why was your camera pointing on the ground ever so often? Whoever you are, the one who videotaped this. Because you suck as a videographer. Again, if you're going to video, if you're not going to jump in and help, your camera should be like this. And you should keep your mouth closed. Because let's go back to the George Floyd. Let's go back to the Eric Garner. Let's go back to the Mike. Let's go back to all of the people who videoed. And one thing I don't like, I don't want to hear your goddamn mouth. Why are you yelling at the cop? Don't you know that police officers get an erection? They literally, in my opinion, get an erection off of you yelling at them. Stop it! Leave them alone! You're a pussy! You're a coward! The more you yell, the more they choke, the more they beat, or the quicker they shoot. They increase, because they're going to shoot anyway, because a lot of cops are pussies. But they don't need you. If you're going to record, close your mouth. That's all I'm asking. Because it's annoying. We're already upset, but then you don't help at all. We don't need your play-by-play. And keep the camera still, damn it. If not, take your ass on. We don't need your footage. Because I think it was almost like piss poor footage, or whoever this was. That I know on Roland Martin's page. Whoever that guy was that took the footage, he sucked. Even though the cop yelled, "Get back!" the guy wasn't even close enough. Hey, do you know how to work the Zoom on your cell phone, whoever you are? And people who may record the cops in the future, you may not have to be all up on them. It's called a Zoom. You just do this. You just kind of widen it out and it'll get closer. And you close your damn mouth. Just make sure the camera's still. And you just do this. All that extra stuff, it's not necessary. But personally, I don't want to hear your commentary. I really don't. Because it bothers me. It makes it worse than what it is. You know why I get so mad? Because you're there. You can help stop it. All that yelling and calling the cops out their names. Let's go back to George Floyd. Let me tell y'all something. That little punk-ass black dude that stood there and watched George Floyd. It was several and up there. You had some old Negroes and this one Negro that stood there and yelled at that punk-ass cop who had his knee in George Floyd's neck. You're a pussy. You feel good about yourself? I know Taekwondo. There's a dangerous move you're putting on him. If I was the old me from years ago, but you little bitch. And I don't care if you got PTSD. You know what? You deserved it. You stood there and watched trauma take place. You could have saved so many lives that day. That same corner store where George Floyd allegedly tried to pass off a counterfeit $20 bill. You could have gone to that store, bought by 3 Yoo-hoos, they come in bottles, and thrown them at that cop and bust him in his damn head. Or at least throw them and bust the car windows out. Because if y'all believe that cops are punk-ass bastards, any form of retaliation would have caused them to get up, haul ass, put George in the car, and go to the damn police station like they're supposed to. All you grown-ass men standing around and yelling, you the bitch. You don't sit there. If you're not going to help, keep it moving. And if you're not going to help and you're going to choose to film, hold the damn camera like this. I expect women to do all that screaming and cussing because they're women. But you know what other videos I've seen? I've seen where cops were attacking black dudes, the white dudes, and some random white man out of the crowd comes and kicks the cop in the face or grabs him like this and snatches him off and haul ass. You know what that did? That broke up the bullshit, and cops are cowardly bitches. What they do is, oh shit. So they stop what they're doing and they put the guy in the car, or the guy probably gets away. How come y'all don't understand that? You PTSD'd son of a bitches. How come you can't do that? Again, close your mouth if you're not going to jump in. Because I can't stand to hear a bunch of dudes, hey, bitch ass nigga, you a bitch. as the person that they're killing lay dying, as the person that they are beating on continues to get beaten to the point of probably brain damage or to the deepest form of PTSD. If you're not going to help, keep it moving, Negroes. If you're not going to help and you want to film, keep the damn camera still, punk. I know I'm talking shit on the internet, but that's how I actually feel. Because I'm sick and tired of watching videos of able, strong-ass dudes standing around watching the police beat and murder. You take your bitch ass on home to your family. Well, I got a family. Well, take your whole ass on to your family. Take your bitch ass on back to your job. Take your punk ass back to your church and pray. Take your bitch ass on about your business. If you're not going to help, don't stand there and watch. If you're not going to throw a brick or a bottle or just run into the motherfuckers, if you're not going to help, at least you can do is hold the camera still so we can get the full footage of what's happening. All that, yeah, you bitch ass nigga, yeah, motherfucker, I ain't going no motherfucking world. See, you trying to get footage for us to watch, and that's annoying. Because I just get tired of it. I'm over it. Because that's where it's come down to. See, the cops are going to be who they are. The devil has never changed his red color. But you, so-called onlooker, you ain't shit either. I said, you know what? When I saw this dude yelling, hey man, what you doing? He's complying, he's doing this. You know what? Another bullet should have come out and hit your ass. Because I got sick of your voice. For real, I really feel that way. Because I'm sick of onlookers. If y'all see, now, because what the cops are supposed to do, even if you chase them down, they're supposed to get them, arrest them, and put them in a car. Even if they're struggling, get them, arrest them, put them in a car. They're able to do it with everybody white. They struggle. There was a guy, shit, they can get, look, do I need to go down the history of how they're able to apprehend everybody else? Even if the white man is mentally ill, they still know how to take him in without beating him and killing him. So y'all already know what time it is. Stop standing around and yelling. If you're not going to, at least chunk some bricks or throw your body into it just to break up the monotony. I know some of you say, oh, you're saying they should threaten? I'm saying they should make sure everybody gets home safely. If y'all see 4 cops on one person, it don't take really but one. They're little tough bastards supposed to already be trained how to handle combat when they're out. So why does it take 4 people to take down anybody? I don't care if he's big, he's small, or tall, or muscular, or thin. It doesn't take 4 cops to take down anybody. Even if he is struggling. Do you understand that? I'm not going to make this video long. I just want to do that part 2 because that got on my damn nerves watching that. And I'm going to record it for whoever wants to share this to anybody that is a man, a black man, even black boys. Let me tell you something that made me sick. So I can take this back to a high school where an old white teacher was attacking a young black male. I don't care what he said to him, right? But this old black male, but I'm talking about Colonel Sanders old. It's a video, it's on Instagram, and he grabbed the little black dude's dreads. That old white man, he was a teacher. And he just was mad. And all those black boys standing around, hey, stop it, Mr. Rich, stop it. And I'm like, what's wrong with these black boys? They've been broken too by their parents. That white old white teacher couldn't have done that at my Cypress Junior High School. I know he couldn't have done it in Melrose. He couldn't have done it in any of these inner city black schools. But y'all send these black kids to these old mixed schools and their black boys act like a bunch of feminine bitches. Stop it. All those black boys, the same black boys, that probably would have tried to bring every weapon on their body or use their natural hands to kill another black male, had they even pushed their shoulder on their favorite pullover shirt or sweater. But you let this old white man just grab this black dude by his dreads, just wouldn't let him go. A damn police officer and another teacher had to get this 75-year-old cracker off this black boy, while them young, healthy 15, 16-year-old black boys just walked by and all stood around, along with the other kids. I didn't expect them to jump in, but these other ones, would say Mary Maxwell screaming the N-word. They act like they couldn't break the old white dude up off the black boy. See, there's something wrong with that. Dr. Joy Leary wrote a book called Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome and talks about how that trauma still infects us today. We'll act a fool with everybody who looks like us. But when we come to white folks, we kind of slow it up a little bit. We kind of try to use our inside voices. We try to use our best master's degree words when dealing with white folks. Black men. And now your black boys do the same thing. Go to these mixed high schools. And they go, and it for me, I was angry. I could have jumped in that video and kicked everybody's ass. I said, y'all gonna let this old cracker just pull the dreads? Because I don't know what it was. That hunky would not let him go. He was just, It took 2 grown men and a couple of teenagers to pull this old fool off that one black boy. He was trying to pull his dreads out of his brains. Now, had it been one of us, you know what them black boys would have been doing? Dropping elbow bombs, punching him in the face, kicking him in the face, stomping him in the face. But they wouldn't touch that old white man. Y'all understand what Carter G. Woodson was talking about? Y'all understand what Dr. Joy Leary wrote about? Y'all understand what Dr. Frances Wilson was talking about? Y'all understand what Dr. Amos Wilson was talking about? Y'all understand what Dr. Julie Hare was talking about? Y'all understand what Dr. Jawanda Kunjufu was talking about, counting the conspiracy to destroy black boys? Now you understand what Michael Porter was talking about, saying kill them before they grow? Now you understand the importance of our black scholars that you continue to ignore? Now you understand why I read those books and I continue to read them? And y'all don't? And y'all know what I'm talking about when I say the masses of blacks don't. And those of you who put down, what's a psychology degree? Well, a psychology degree teaches you the function of the brain and how it works and what influences the brain functioning. It's amazing. So I just want to share that, There's something about that. I mean, even grown black men they halt, but they'll terrorize another black man. They'll terrorize a black neighborhood, but when they get out the neighborhood and go into what is considered uppity suburb white, they on their P's and Q's. Man, that's out from Memphis, man. Ain't finna go in Bartlett, man. Bartlett police, man. We get nigga hemmed up. Man, ain't going to Germantown. Got the thugs trained. Here in Dallas, Fort Worth. Man, I ain't going to Frisco, man. Them police out there. Man, I ain't going to Grand Prairie, man. Them police on your ass. Man, I ain't going to Arlington, man. Them police on your ass. Man, I ain't going to Colony, man. Them police. Well, where white folks at? See, that's how this works. But we won't read the books. So we can be caught up on why we act the way we act and why we're being treated the way we're being treated. Because we've lost our minds. And where's Malcolm X? Some of us act like we've lost our minds. Because we won't read the books. I'll keep pushing it. I know y'all get sick of me mentioning these scholars. These were the scholars that was prominent for us in the 80s and 90s, but they were been around since the late 60s and the 70s. And a lot of those scholars are either 80s heading to 90 years old, or they passed on. And anybody that sounds like them, well, we ain't trying to hit them anyway because we think that they're just antiquated. Well, we're multicultural now. It's intersectionality. It's diversity and inclusion now. And they still kicking our ass. Y'all around here want to debate about intersectionality. Who gives a shit? You want to debate about some goddamn diversity. Who gives a shit? You want to debate about inclusion. Who gives a shit? We ain't even perfected racism yet. But y'all want to keep throwing stuff in the pot. Let's perfect black protection. Let's perfect that first. Let's protect building a fence, oh glory, around our race the way everyone else has done. Then we can talk about diversity, inclusion, intersectionality. All these diversionary conversations, these distracting conversations that keeps us from what the scholars tried to teach us. What the scholars tried to teach us for the past 100 years. Malcolm X died in vain. Dr. King died in vain. Nat Turner died in vain. Jesus Christ died in vain. Fannie Lou Hamer suffered in vain. Ada B. Wells Burnett was traumatized in vain. Harriet Tubman in vain based on how you niggas think today, how y'all behave. So what is it? In vain. What is it? What y'all do? Sit around and just wait for another Jesus and wait him to get crucified, trying to talk to y'all and save your lives? Come on, man. This is stupid. It's stupid. It's 2021. We still act like we act worse than undocumented goddamn immigrants. They more confident over here than we are. Y'all act like those of you in Texas. Yeah, I saw what they did on the news with the immigrants here. You know, he didn't know the governor, like I said, you take the good with the bad. The governor here, he didn't send them back across the border, but they put them on a bus and brought them further into the country, sent them to D.C., I guess to prove a point to those liberals who are not tough on the border. It's crazy. You still brought them into the country, sir. They're still governor of Texas. You still brought them into the country. But it's interesting. None of y'all, you nor Biden, brought none of the black immigrants into the country. Y'all got airplanes and helicopters and took them back to Haiti. So it's still a game being played on both sides. Y'all haven't realized that the replacements for the American black are immigrants. Hispanic, Haitian, Jamaican, because those folks don't have the same experience as black Americans. And that Congolese guy, he might have been one of those who thought they were especially, even though the parents said they were escaping war-torn Congo and tried to escape and came right over here. Yeah, we deal in black and white in America. We don't deal, I'm Congolese, I'm Nigerian, I'm Puerto Rican, we deal in black and white. That's the reality over here. Y'all can get a nonprofit and try to change that. But unless you're going to, again, have that actual war to change white supremacy and all that, So I'm not going to belabor it. I just want to share my frustration with these folks who don't know how to hold a camera. If you're not going to help, I guess you've chosen the role of being a spectator. If you're going to be a spectator of a crime being committed by the cops, hold the damn camera still and close your damn mouth. I don't want to hear your commentary on what's going on. Just do the footage and then zoom in so they won't have to say, get back. Now, you can walk up on if you want to, but learn how to work your cell phone. Do it like this to make it wider or make it closer, and then close your mouth. And all this moving around the camera and shit is not because you helping to break it up. That needs to stop. So I'm going to end right there. Y'all be cool. Enjoy your lunch. I just want to share that. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope the sun is shining wherever you are. Peace. Talk to y'all later.